Throughout the course of your life, you're going to come across many different crossroads, and based on these, you're going to have to make decisions. And they're either going to turn into achievements or fuck-ups, and it's your choice. Check. Yeah, I learned the way to curve and turn a phrase into a vicious stab. Commission verbs and mission is to serve in my malicious lab. Since I picked a pad, I felt my inner fences melt, defenses fell as I dealt invention in my sense of self. I wish my wealth was vast so I could pass the hell. It's hard to hell, brothers, when you can't play with the cards you dealt. Lost to sell, there's effervescence and hell, and checking my intentions when you yet to question yourself. So quit licking ass, pick your pass, open your rap rises, cause I'll be rigging mass on this boat when I capsize. Over the whack misers enough to spit a fucking diss. Suck a dick, you women would I stand up to chuck a piss. Just like a poltergeist, we all got our faults and crimes. Your back house full of mold and grime, so don't you come assault of mine. I'm fucked up plenty, best I could do is roll the rhyme. I'd rather have these cultured lines over the chance to alter time. Looking back, I want a shit that I could've grabbed. Looking back, I turned down some bitches that I could've bagged. Lost opportunities that other people wouldn't have. Looking back, I did some shit that I shouldn't have. Looking back, I want a shit that I could've grabbed. Looking back, I turned down some bitches that I could've bagged. Lost opportunities that other people wouldn't have. Looking back, I did some shit that I shouldn't have. Yeah, looking back at those who poked a prod and evoked the promise, somebody did my vocal sonnet. So I wrote and jotted what I owned and squandered. Known to ponder bombs, sat alone despondent. I've wandered into bullshit, been pitched with a debt. Listen to Rex while they reminisce and whinge in the mess. Most women I met were an IQ of 6 in a dress. Diggers and vex, their fists grip that inch of respect. I never live for the check, I'm just a slave to the grind. Dude, ain't taking my time, it's the righteous traits that define you. Complacent to fight if your family mates are behind you. I paint a moving portrait of the place it confined to. I never factored bills before I had to steal. And what my lord was a warpboard attached to wheels. And once upon a time I hate a rap and lacked appeal. All I ever heard was faggots talking cash and deals. So now looking back, I want a shit that I could've grabbed. Looking back, I turned down some bitches that I could've bagged. Lost opportunities that other people wouldn't have. Looking back, I did some shit that I shouldn't have. Looking back, I want a shit that I could've grabbed. Looking back, I turned down some bitches that I could've bagged. Lost opportunities that other people wouldn't have. Looking back, I did some shit that I shouldn't have. My truest kickers, the stands, ramps, and quarters, and bands, amps, supporters, the stands crammed with borders and hands span. The fortress of land rampant lawless. A man stands in awe of his chance to land at fullest. And of course, when you're younger, shit was less dramatic, less sporadic, less emphatic. Yes, the panic always gets the best of addicts. Starts and feels like my destiny's to fester damage. The test is a depressive habits, but I guess I'll manage. My parents didn't really like me as an adolescent, and my dad had never known the way to teach his lad a lesson. And I had intentions, but I wound up in a slack dimension. Looking back, a lot of cats I met were way too act to mention. These days I ain't blaming shit on luck or doubt. Regrets from quitting when you should have stuck it out. Well, fuck it now. I used to wonder how some others made their mothers proud. My memories a cemetery, I'm never getting nothing out. And looking back, I want a shit that I could've grabbed. Looking back, I turned down some bitches that I could've bagged. Lost opportunities that other people wouldn't have. Looking back, I did some shit that I shouldn't have. Looking back, I want a shit that I could've grabbed. Looking back, I turned down some bitches that I could've bagged. Lost opportunities that other people wouldn't have. Looking back, I did some shit that I shouldn't have.